My name is John Hishme, and I have the pleasure of introducing the next honoree. When we talked a little bit earlier, she explained that she prefers to be behind the camera than in front of the camera, so I hope you'll be nice to her when she comes up here. Jenny Buccos was born in Washington, D.C., and Jenny spent her childhood in rural upstate New York. Arriving in New York City in 1999, she worked on web-based startup projects and global media production by managing ventures in Hong Kong, Tokyo, and in New York. She left the corporate world in 2003 and co-founded ProjectExplorer.org, an organization that produces free online global travel series designed for families and classrooms. In 5 years, Project Explorer went from a simple idea to a world-class, award-winning program that has been accessed by nearly 2.5 million visitors globally. Her work is fostering the next generation of global citizens by encouraging awareness of the world beyond a student's own community. She has received the attention of celebrities and world leaders through her 2008 Global Citizen. Ms. Buccos directed and produced the program series called South Africa to inform school-age children about South Africa's diverse cultural history while educating about difficult subjects like HIV/AIDS and the legacy of apartheid. For this project, she worked with Archbishop Desmond Tutu, South African actor and playwright Dr. John Kani from the Apartheid Museum, and Pulitzer Prize-winning photographer Greg Marinovich. Such endeavors are out of the ordinary because she takes the time to properly research what is needed to capture environments without bias and gains access to areas that provide a rich landscape of learning. For months in 2008, Jenny was on location in Jordan, filming her third series, which debuted in 2009. With the prevalence of the Iraq War coverage on every screen in every home across the country, Ms. Buccos and her team took an in-depth look at the rich history, culture, and passions of that area, of an area that remains a significant mystery to Americans of all ages. The Mexico series was in response to a media frenzy related to Mexico's safety issues, drug trade, and controversy surrounding illegal immigration into the U.S. Her insights and reporting served as a powerful reminder of the great globally rich possibilities that exist beyond mass media. The lesson, above all else, that asking and pursuing your own questions about the world in which we live is the cornerstone of true humanity. The Mexico series debuted in September 2010, and Ms. Buccos is currently developing projects in Taiwan, Korea, and India. Project Explorer is a positive voice in a time when media and global misunderstanding rule the airwaves. To date, she has directed and produced more than 200 short films for students and families. Because of her efforts, over 1 million students around the world experience intelligent inquiry around what it means to be a global citizen. A cash award in her honor will be donated to Project Explorer by the U.S. Center for Citizen Diplomacy. It's time to go global with Project Explorer. I'm delighted to introduce Jenny Buccos.
I am truly honored to be in the presence of my fellow awardees who I consider to be awe-inspiring global citizens. When I got the phone call that I had received this award, I actually thought it was a mistake. When I began Project Explorer, my goal was to encourage students to see and experience the world even if travel wasn't possible. I wanted to create something that would reinvigorate students and teachers, something that went far beyond textbooks and maps. In 2003, while I was planning my first series, I saw a play at Lincoln Center called Nothing But the Truth by South African playwright and actor John Kani. I hadn't had much exposure to South Africa's history. In fact, I'd never been to the continent of Africa, but I found myself captivated by this play. He weaved a poignant personal story together with the Truth and Reconciliation hearings and growing tensions in a post-apartheid South Africa. For the next several months, I spent all of my free time researching the history of South Africa, trying to fill in the scenes of his play. This single performance opened my eyes to the immense power that storytelling can have. And this single realization proved that Project Explorer could be something far more than a virtual travel program. I could, through personal narrative, create awareness and interest in political, social, and humanitarian issues, just like Dr. Connie had done for me. In 2007, I arrived in South Africa to build my second series around the stories of Archbishop Desmond Tutu, conflict photographer Greg Mrnovich, musicians Miriam Makeba and Sipho Mabuse, and of course, the person who inspired the underlying focus of Project Explorer, Dr. Connie. Now developing my fifth series, I continue to pursue and capture these personal narratives so that students can better understand our world through a medium that compels personal action. I visit schools around the globe, and every time I visit a school, students ask me, do you have to be a traveler to be a global citizen? And I give them one word of advice, and it's the advice I'd like to leave with you tonight. To be a global citizen, to be a citizen diplomat, share your stories. Listen to the stories of others. This is the dialogue that will help us erase the borders that separate us. I'd like to thank the Center for Citizen Diplomacy for this honor. This award is shared with more than 100 storytellers around the world who I have had the honor to film with. It is shared with my amazing crew of young filmmakers and photographers who travel the world with me. Without question, they put full faith in me. And it is shared with one of my favorite storytellers and friend who I've been dying for 7 years to thank, Dr. John Connie. Thank you.